Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a different video today. I haven't come at your faces in like a week. I've been on vacation. We took some time at a cabin. First day back, we're gonna ease back into it. I want to do a little what's in the bag. I obviously posted a playing video last week. Nothing's changing with this channel, but I do think some of you guys like to see a little bit of my competitive journey. For those of you who don't know, 3 years in, I started playing in tournaments this summer. It's gone kind of well. And I want to take the opportunity while I'm young, while I have this lifestyle, to pursue golf at whatever level I can. So I'm taking it seriously. I have a coach now. I'm practicing 5-6 days a week. Kind of a big part of my life now. So anyways, I figured a lot of you are asking what's in the bag 2024. We do have some brand new additions. And for those of you who are new to the channel, a couple ones from before that I will show you, plus a little bit of plans for how we might tweak it going forward. So super simple video. We're just gonna get right into it. No fluff to it. I'm gonna show you guys everything we have in the bag. So let's get started right away. We're gonna start with the putter. This is the Good putter. This is one of the newer ones. This was sent to me about a year ago. This is an awesome putter. I love this thing. It's a blade style putter. I had a Mallet and Odyssey 2 ball before, and I mean, I liked it, but I'm a feel player. That's a huge thing with me. It's gonna make a lot of sense when you see the rest of the bag. Everything for me is feel. I grew up playing hand-eye sports, throwing, catching. My biggest strengths as a golfer is not the like super methodical technical side. It's definitely more the like athletic reaction side. I feel like a blade putter does wonders for me with speed control. I can have really elite speed with this versus a mallet. Start lines on short putts are obviously where a blade putter is going to be a little trickier than a mallet, but at this current moment, I love this thing. I've been rocking it forever, and I definitely don't have to use it. Good does not force me to use this putter. This is put in the bag by choice. I really like the Ping Answer 2. That was one of my favorite putters I ever tried at the golf store. And so when they sent this to me, the feels are very similar. It's a very high quality putter face. This isn't an ad for the Good putter. I truly just like it. And it feels, like I said, very similar to me to a Ping Answer 2. So anyways, that's there. We're gonna go through the wedges. So they're all SM9s. So essentially I have all the way from a 58, which is my lob wedge, 54 degree, which is my sand wedge, a 50 degree, which is sort of my gap wedge. And then I have this 46 degree pitching wedge. Now, they're all SM9s. The only difference is I have standard wedge shafts in the 58 to 50, but then my actual iron shaft Project XPX 6.0 starts in my wedge. So in my pitching wedge here, it has the same shaft as all my irons, which we're gonna get to in a second. But I mean, wedges are wedges. I'm definitely a Titleist fan. I've had Titleist clubs now for about a year and a half. When I first got fitted last summer, or the beginning of last summer, it was at a Titleist fitting facility. I just went all Titleist pretty much because they were allowing me to film the fitting, and it was one of the few studios in Vancouver that was gonna allow me to film it. So I ended up getting a whole bag of Titleist, and now I'm definitely, I think probably a pretty big fan of Titleist, at least in the irons. I really have no allegiance to the woods. We're gonna get to those right now. I would definitely go any brand with those, but I definitely am a big fan of wedges. I think it'd be hard pressed for me to leave them. And then a really big fan of the irons, but we're gonna get to those in a second. So for woods, we have a hybrid here. This is probably my least favorite club in the bag, one that's definitely going to be getting switched out soon, just mainly because I like this gap in the bag to be something I could maybe hit a little higher, something a little easier to get in some height into some par fives. I have a 4-iron, I play a 4-iron, I can hit that low, I can chase it up. This club, you can hit it high, but it's just not that same soft flight you get with the 5-wood. So that's one change I think I might be implementing, is switching this bad boy up to a 5-iron or 5-wood, sorry, at some point. But from there, we have our TSR, what is it, TSR 3? TSR 2 3-wood. This 3-wood I like. I have no gripes with it. If I was to get fitted again, really I'd consider anything. I'm not overly loyal, like I said, in any of the woods, but this is just the one I got fitted for when I went for that initial fitting. It does me well. I'm not in love with it. Both of these woods, I'm definitely open to some change. I think there's a chance I knock out the 50 degree wedge, maybe add, instead of my 54, have a 52 and have a 3 wedge setup, and then go 4 clubs at the top of the bag, maybe like a beefed up 3 or 2-iron, a 5-wood, a different 3-wood, and then driver. That's definitely a change I can see coming. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. And then for the driver is the TSR 3. So this is last year's driver. I've actually been hitting it so much with working with this new coach. We've implemented quite a lot of swing changes, and I'm swinging it incredibly faster than I've ever swung it. And this has actually happened in like 2 or 3 of my clubs. The ferrule has just like disconnected. So it's not a big deal. You just heat it up and you use some epoxy and you stick it back. I've had to do it with a couple irons, but now it's with this. And it's not from like, I promise, I'm not just like smoking the ground with them. It's actually just a speed thing apparently, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, that's the driver. I love that. That's one of my favorite clubs in the bag. This, I mean, again, if I had the opportunity to get fitted and someone was going to give me a free driver that performed better, sure, but I'm definitely not going to be spending any of my own money on a driver anytime soon. I love this baby. But now, the newest edition of the bag, 2024. This is going to be maybe a little controversial for some, so bear with me. I'm going to explain myself, but we have some blades. We have the 620 MBs from Titleist, all the way from 9 iron up to 4 iron. The 46 degree, my pitching wedge, isn't a set pitching wedge. It is obviously the Vokey wedge edition, and then these are in that same Project X 6.0 or 6.5, sorry, shaft, PXI shaft. Listen, this was a set I was fitted for. It is a set I'm absolutely in love with. Kind of my reasoning for playing a bladed set of irons is a couple different things. Number one, I play coastal golf. I play on the ocean all the time. I play in a lot of wind. And a strength of my game definitely is my ability to hit higher clubs, like higher numbered clubs, less far. So being able to control distance through flighting, through hitting balls softer, which flights and keeps them down out of the wind. And even compared to the T100s I had before, these clubs have such an ability to respond to how the angle I'm hitting it, how hard I'm hitting it. When I want to do things, I can do it with these clubs. It's the easiest way I can explain it. You guys know I'm not a technical golfer. That's why I have a coach now. He handles all the technical side of stuff. I honestly don't know much too technically about golf and the golf swing, but when I want to flight a ball, when I want to hit a low draw, when I want to hit a low cut, when I want to hit it high, I can do that with these. And to me, that's something I really, really enjoy. It's the athleticism side of golf, which I think is always going to be something I try to play with, because it A, makes it more fun for me, and B, I think it is something I can do that maybe some people have a harder time with. And seeing those shots and hitting, a 150 yard shot with a 5 iron if I want to, and the responsiveness I get from these is incredible. And I wouldn't have gone to them if I saw any type of performance dip. I put these clubs in the bag and I played my 3rd ever tournament and I shot a 73, 1 over. It was my best tournament score ever. So literally that was like a week or 2 after putting these in the bag, and it kind of cemented it. I've shot under par with these clubs. My handicap's been slowly going down. Like, it's not something I put in the bag out of some like ego push and now I'm suffering for it. Like, they have performed well. The moment they stop performing well, I'll take them out. I promise. I don't have any type of weird, I'm not a golf nerd. I don't have any type of weird allegiance to them. It's truly, I went to a fitting, I was hitting all different types of irons, and the spin rates were the best. The way I was able to control them was the best. I don't hit a ton of shots fat or thin. Mainly, I just kind of come out of shots and I kind of lift them and scoop them a little bit, which I guess would maybe be a bit of a thin shot, but I don't notice a ton of distance loss when I have my miss with these. And yeah, they're just really precise. So that's why I added them to the bag. I definitely don't need this 4 iron. This 4 iron is just here because it came with the set. This is something I'm definitely going to be changing. Nobody needs to play a bladed 4 iron. Everything I just said, like, sure, sometimes I try to flight a 4 iron, but you don't need to be as precise with a 4 iron as you want to be with like 5, 6, or mainly 6 and down. The 5 iron I would definitely maybe swap in like a T100, T150, and then the 4 iron I would honestly probably go like a T200. So that's just a matter of saving up the money to pay for that to get that changed out. But anyways, guys, that's the update of what's in the bag. A little soft video today, just something I wanted to share with you. People have been asking, posting a bit more playing content. If you guys want to see some of that, I don't know if I ever really want to film tournaments. Like, I watch guys like Ben Hatton and all that do it, and like, I like my competitive golf pursuits sort of being separate from the channel, but I also want to keep you guys looped in some way, and so that's why I'm making some of these more playing videos. Maybe I'll do some competitive matches with other creators. I think my game's kind of at a point where I feel like I can compete with pretty much anyone on YouTube. I think it's something that would be fun. So if you want to see more of that, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you in the next one.